Guys, Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how to crush your first cold call in wholesaling real estate. I am pumped up for this one, guys. Guys, if you are ready to learn exactly how to crush your first cold call, do some live calling today, guys. This is a live video, by the way. Guys, please, let's get into it. Let's get it pumped up, guys. Remember, smash that like button and subscribe to the most true value from me. And let's get into it, guys. So in today's video, we're going to talk about exactly how to crush your first cold call, some live calling. We're going to do some cold calling role plays. Maybe you can replay some cold calls we've done in the past. But really what I wanted to break down today, exactly how to get going in your first call, because I know there's so many people out here that have this fear of cold calling their first time, and they don't know what to do. They're a little worried. They're a little stressed out. They're a little scared, and they don't know how to get it going, and they got some fear in them. And really what I want to do is just tear down those fears you have, give you the confidence maybe you need to get out there and do your first cold call and really get what you need to know about getting your first wholesaling deal. So I am pumped up, guys. I am ready to go. I know some of you guys are ready, but some of y'all have been sleeping out there, not knowing exactly how to get going for your cold calling. So guys, you guys want to jack it up? Let's get going. Let's get pumped up. Let's break it down. Kick it.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go on. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Let's go, guys. I'm pumped up, guys. I'm jacked right now because I know I'm going to help someone learn cold calling today. I'm going to help change somebody's life and hopefully change the way you guys cold call in the future today. So I'm pretty pumped up, guys. Guys, I know you smashed that like button. I know you subscribe. So we're going to get into it, guys. I see everybody talking. They are pumped up for this one, and they are going. They are getting ready. Hopefully, got you guys jacked up for this one. So I'm jacked up. So let's break it down. So guys, cold calling. Guys, I have so many cold calling videos. I don't think it's a lack of knowledge of calling for a lot of y'all out here when it comes to wholesaling real estate. Sometimes it's a fear or what I would call intangibles when it comes to cold calling, because there is more to cold calling than it is to understand the theory of cold calling. Guys know I love talking about sports. I love talking about other analogies for things, and that's sort of where it comes from. I will use a sports analogy and a non-sports analogy for you guys. Hopefully this helps. One thing I can tell you is, let's say the art of writing or poetry, right? You could take all the classes you want in the world on exactly how to, learn how to write poetry or beautiful novels, or how to write a book, or take a course exactly how to learn how to do a creative story. And that's cool. Like, hey, I can go learn how to sing an amazing song, but nothing is going to go close to something that like Adele will write or something, or, Drake or Kanye West, or guys, I can go out here and learn how to sing. I can learn how to sing, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to sound like Michael Bublé. Okay. When I go do a microphone and I try to sing, I'm not going to have this like heavenly voice. One example I give to you is like Freddie Mercury. If you guys have ever heard Freddie Mercury when Queen had like Live Aid in like the 90s and the 80s, when he did that like vocal warm-up thing, I don't know exactly how to like describe it. That like Freddie Mercury had like a gift of singing that you just can't teach. Another great story I can give to you is just like, let's say, Deion Sanders, right? you can learn how to become a cornerback in the NFL and be really good defensive back. But Deion Sanders does one thing you can't teach, and that he has speed. You can't teach speed. Like Usain Bolt can show me how to sprint, and maybe he can make me a little faster, but I'm not going to be as fast as Usain Bolt. I just do not have the genetic gift of running like under 10 seconds on a 100-meter dash, okay? I do not have the singing voice of Beyonce or Fergie, okay? I just don't, all right? It's very upsetting for me to know. It's an unfortunate reality. I cannot sing as well as some of these people. Justin Bieber's just going to whoop me every single time when it comes to a singing competition. It's just something I got to deal with in my life. It's something I've accepted. It's taken me a long time to learn that. And but I've come to accept that fact in life. And the one thing that you can improve on it though, and what I'm trying to go at here is, yes, I can teach you exactly how to cold call, what to say, the right scripts, but there's certain intangibles in it that you can't teach, or it takes a long time to do, or honestly, I'm going to say that you just can't teach it. So the one key factor I see with people when it comes to their first wholesaling deal is they're not doing very well, or, they're not having success, is they don't have confidence. And that's something I want to talk about right now, because I think confidence when it comes to your first calls or when you're starting out is one of the key intangibles of having success or not. This goes to talking to sellers, having your first wholesaling appointment. In virtual wholesaling, it's almost everything when it comes to just talking to a seller over the phone. People can tell confidence because when you have your confidence, it's a multiplier for your other skills in acquisitions and wholesaling real estate. If I have confidence when talking to a seller, my inflections are going to be perfect. I'm going to talk with authority. I'm not going to have a lot of issues when talking to sellers, and really I'm going to gain trust without even asking questions, just because I have perfect confidence when talking. Confidence is probably going to be the biggest factor if you're starting out, you have fear at all, or you're not having success in your initial calls. I can tell you right now, confidence is probably going to be the biggest factor. And how do I teach confidence? It's a tough one to teach. I've mulled this over for years and years and years, how to teach confidence. And the easiest way to describe it is by just doing it. That's the only thing I could tell you. The biggest gainer of confidence when it comes to wholesaling real estate is just experience. And that's not what everyone wants to hear. Go buy my course, go buy my wholesaling course for 10 grand. I'll teach you how to be confident. Unless you actually knock on a seller's door and you've done that hundreds and hundreds and thousands of times, that true confidence probably won't be there. You can fake some confidence. I give it to you, but it's very important. And the one thing I can tell you is there's a huge difference between confidence and ego, or just being egotistical when it comes to that. There's one thing. So when I'm cold calling, I have confidence. I know in my soul, deep down in my soul, I'm telling you, in my soul, I know when I talk to a seller, I know for a fact that I can help them out in their situation, or I'm going to try my best to give them a cash offer and to help them out in wholesaling real estate. I know that I could have them get it listed if they need. I know deep in my soul, I can give them the options that they need to sell their property. I know that in just the deepest in my subconscious, I know I can do that. That is pure confidence when I'm cold calling. Me going to cold call, like I'm the best cold caller ever. Nobody's better than me. I'm the best person ever, and everyone sucks around me that's doing cold calling, and I'm the best, and I'm going to tear everyone up. No, your ego is going to get ahead of you. It's not well, and having the ego will not help you out in this business at all. Being humble, empathetic, caring for your sellers, caring for other people, and just caring for things and people in general is going to help you out. And I know a lot of people will say this in the comments, like, that's not manly. That's not cool, to care about people. Like that's just who I am. I'm not going to fake it. Caring about your sellers and actually having empathy will help you so much in this business. You will be a manlier man making a ton of money, having care and empathy and helping people around you than trying to be this macho man just running through sellers. And that's the one thing I can tell you. So yes, you're going to need confidence if you're going to have any success in this business, and it's hard to teach. Experience is the best one, but knowing in the back of your head that you have all the tools to succeed, and I can help you in any situation you have, should give you enough confidence to go out there and be successful in cold calling. So if you want to crush your first cold call, I can tell you is to have confidence. The second reason no one is having success in their cold calling, or they're not crushing their first cold call, or how to crush is have the right script. And how do you have the right script in wholesaling real estate? To me, it's pretty easy. You ask 2 questions. Guys, I explain this all the time. Hey, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? And are you interested in selling that property? If you ask that, that's all you need for success in wholesaling real estate in cold calling. Is this the owner of 123 Main Street? And are you interested in selling that property? Every 10, 8, whatever, 1,000, whatever-ish course you have for wholesaling real estate, it all boils down to these 2 questions. Now, there's a yin and a way how you get there. There's one person might ask a different question. That it all comes down to seeing if they're the actual owner and if they're interested in selling their property. I'll debate any cold calling coach that has a 4,500, 4,000. They keep switching the price. Cold calling course, guys, their script at the end of the day is that. That's it. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Then from there, if they want to be interested in selling the property, it comes down to the 4 pillars of wholesaling. Okay. The 4 pillars of wholesaling. Okay. That's one thing I tell you. Motivation, condition, time frame, price. Okay. Why are they looking to sell the property? Okay. What's the condition of the property? What does the property look like? Time frame. Okay. When are they looking to sell? Is this within a week, month, year, whatever? And then price. How much are they looking to sell the property for? The one thing with confidence too is you have to know this when you're making your cold calls is that every call you make and every call you do, it gets easier for cold calling. I promise you that. This comes with basically anything in life. There's some things in life that never get easier. There's like certain foods. Like I do not like eating certain foods, and I just won't. I'll give you one example. I do not like eating black olives. Everyone will be watching me here, and they will be like, "Oh my God, Zach does not like black olives. What is wrong with you?" And some people, it's spicy food. Every time I eat black olives, it does not get easier for me. Okay, I can tell you that. There's certain things in life that are just not easier. Okay, paying taxes, it does not get easier for me to pay taxes. The more money I make every year, I got to pay more taxes. It does not get easier every year to pay taxes. It hurts. Eating olives, it hurts. Okay, but there's some things in life that get easier. One example I could give to you is like running. Okay, last year I trained for a marathon. I did a marathon. I started out, I could barely even run a mile. Started running 3 miles a day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eventually, I was able to run 26.2 miles straight without stopping. Was there a magical secret about it? No, I just kept doing it. It got easier every single time. My body got adjusted to it. My mind got adjusted to it. And it got better. It got easier. It's like lifting weights. Hey, I'm going to try to squat 400 pounds, which I do not squat 400 pounds, okay? I know that I love the people in the comments like, he can't squat 400 pounds. I can't. But if I was going to, I'd first squat 100, then 2, 3, 4. It doesn't get, the act of actually lifting the weight is not more complicated. Your body just gets stronger and better at it. And like cold calling, I think cold calling, the best analogy to cold calling is running or weightlifting because it's a muscle. You need muscles to run. Your heart's a muscle. You need that for running. Let's say you've been running a marathon forever, okay? I'll give the example for me. My body was trained to run 20, 15 miles in a row, not nonstop. And I did 26.2. That pushed it really hard. But my heart was, prepared as good to run 15, 20 miles at a time. I do not do that anymore. Maybe I'll run a 5K, twice a week, okay? My body is not trained anymore to run that far anymore. If you want to get bigger muscular-wise, it's harder to run those marathons. So my body does not train. So if I stop cold calling or stop training for cold calling or stop talking to sellers, my muscle of learning how to actually close deals will diminish, okay? I stop weightlifting, your body's going to shrink up. It's not used to it. It's not conditioned for it anymore. That's the one thing with cold calling too. So every call you make makes it easier, but if you stop cold calling cold turkey for like a year, you're going to be a little rusty. You might pick it up pretty fast, but it's going to be a little rustier than usual. So that's the one thing I can tell you when it comes to cold calling. You got to do that. And the best tips I can give to you, especially when you start out for wholesaling real estate, is just to be natural. I don't know what else to say here, but the best success I have found in wholesaling, talking to sellers, closing deals, just being the best wholesaler possible, it has always come down from me being natural. I don't know what else to really explain this, but me being natural has given me the best results. And what I mean by being natural, what I really mean by that is just talking like I regularly do when talking to a seller. You know, someone says, "Hey, they're looking to sell the property." I'm going to talk to them like in my regular voice. Like, okay, well, why are you looking to sell your property? Like, I'm going to talk like I naturally do. Some people, when it comes to that, they're like, well, why are you looking to sell your property? And they got the same like voice or mannerisms as me. They'd be like, well, you know, Sally, oh, why are you looking to sell the house? Like they start talking like this weird sales like thing, and it looks like a robot. Like it ain't gonna give you good results. I promise you that for wholesaling real estate. Okay. So the one thing I can tell you is just to be natural. Even if you don't think you're naturally the best person at it, go do it. I know so many people getting cold calling. Like I know people from like England that get into cold calling. They always message me like, Zach, should I try to fake my accent and try to do an American accent like cold calling? No, be natural. Embrace it. Some of the best cold callers out there, the best wholesaling real estate people, some of them have a British or an Irish accent. It's just a talking point. Hey, I was born in Ireland, but I lived in the United States for the last 15 years. Is that going to affect me buying your property if I have the cash? No, nobody cares. I know a lot of other people are like, oh, Zach, I was born in Vietnam and I have this accent and I'm really worried. Or, you know, I'm Pakistani and I have a Pakistani accent, and nobody really cares. At the end of the day, if someone says, I have an issue, you have an accent, you just got to just, you know, call someone out like, hey, will my accent affect me purchasing your property with cash? Will that affect it at all if I have the money to buy it? No, your accent won't affect it at all. Then what's the issue, right? Like I don't know, maybe it's a Florida thing. Like a lot of people are really caught up on accents. Everyone, mostly in South Florida, has an accent, and like you don't bat an eye on it. Okay, like the amount of people that are born and raised in Florida are very rare. They're usually born in a different country. They come here. We all embrace it. Maybe it's the part of the culture here. I don't know why, but guys, with sellers, nobody cares about your accent. Okay, unless someone's being explicitly like, you know, against like British accents or, you know, like Hispanic, you know, Spanish accent. There shouldn't be an issue. And if someone's got a huge problem with an accent, they're not a right seller for you. So that's the one thing I can tell you guys. Be natural. I can tell you right now, it'll give you the most success. And lastly, just build rapport. And that comes to being natural and learning how to talk to people. And I know a lot of people tell me, Zach, I can't build rapport. I'm terrible at building rapport. You know, I don't know how to do that right. Or, you know, guys, it's a skill knowing how to talk just to people and build a connection with someone, but it's a skill you need to learn. You know, it's like learning how to tell a story. Some people are born really well learning how to tell stories, but there's a lot of trainings out there on YouTube. You can learn how to tell really funny stories and have people laugh. I mean, yes, a sense of humor is nice to be witty, but you can just learn jokes and kind of say them, right? So building a rapport is definitely a huge one for you to understand for wholesaling real estate success. And that is one thing I can tell you right now. If you want to connect with sellers the most, I would say go out there and build some rapport. It's going to help you so much in this real estate wholesaling operations and business. You got to keep it up. Like that's the one thing I'd tell you right now. So let's see what questions we got. We got some people in the backstage. I love it, guys. Here's the link, guys. If you want to hop on, do a cold calling role play. See if you guys need help in your wholesaling businesses at all. See what I can do to help the people out. So I'm always here to help. Let's see what's up. Hey, Zach. Hey, what is up, guys? Boom, boom, boom. Andrea says, I was afraid at first, but a month, I'm no longer scared. I did 3 hours of cold calling a day. That's awesome. Shandon says, hi, this is dope. Jonathan, what is up, guys? I love it. I think it's I joined the wrong live. You are in the right live. I'm telling you, you're part of the crazies. They're out here trying to make their own money in real estate investing. If you're one of the crazy ones, you're at the right place. Liana, I think Liana's from Canada. I think she's DM'd me some deals before. That's the best intro I've ever seen yet. Awesome. I appreciate it. That actually makes, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. I love it. Thank you. It's a great compliment. Michael says, let's go. Click the video and had a heart attack. That's the point. What dialer to use? Guys, I use ZachDialer.com. Are you gonna watch the UFC? Maybe we'll see. First, my first live. I love you and your dad. Probably a long shot. But does anyone know anyone in North Dakota? Love Freddie. Love it. What's up, Zach? Let's get her done. Appreciate it. You're not pumped enough, Zach. You know what you got to do. I did the video, guys. We're all pumped up. Dude, please never stop doing these live streams. They actually help so much. I appreciate it. So let's get in some questions and let's see how I can help the people out. So when skip tracing pre-probates, I get back the number for the homeowner who was deceased. How do you get a good number for pre-probates short of looking each case up? You make sure when you're skip tracing, you use a service that gets the relatives' phone numbers. Nerves definitely get the best of you. That's a tough one. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a tough one when you have nerves. In wholesaling real estate, what I can definitely tell you right now is it's like, what's the word? Is someone going to curse you on the phone? Like, you ain't going to get sued for it. You're definitely compliant with TCPA laws. You shouldn't really have a problem with that. So I would not call that an issue. I'm reading Harry Potter. Why cold calling? That's awesome. For sure, got to care. Juan says, I did the math. $600 an hour for these educational sessions. Oh, that's cheap. This gets 2,000 views. Or like let's say 1,000 views, which this video will probably get 1,000 views, okay? That means everyone watching paid, what is it? 60 cents to join this, quote unquote webinar. Based 2-hour lives on average 4 times a week. You're making $1 million a year. Guys, I make way more than that in my wholesaling business, guys. You can't, I agree, Juan. You could call it $1 million of value a year. I think it's more, $1 million of value, because I'm helping produce people probably making 50, 100. I would say the amount of like people that learn what I do and start making wholesaling profits and just doing deals from just talking to people here, they're probably roughly netting 150 million just from what I've seen. Because I mean, on the both channels I have, we got about 23,000, I would say. And then we have 21,000 people in wholesaling houses for real. It's about 45,000 people. And then we got some more following me on. It's about 45,000 people that watch my stuff. And I would say each one of them on average is probably gonna make around $15,000, because there's some that watch my stuff, they make millions, and some people that make zero. That says 675 million. Probably not making that much, but I know it's hundreds of millions of dollars of value that people are getting, and that's how much they're producing from just watching my content. So I know for a fact it's definitely helping the people out. And it's definitely worth me charging $1 million per year if people can make hundreds and $200, $300, $400, $500 million in profits from just watching my stuff. So it's definitely a great trade, guys. I do this to legacy to change the way wholesaling real estate is. I'm telling you right now, changing the way everything's free. Zach, I agree. I hate black olives. See, we got some geniuses in the chat today. I'm glad. But it doesn't work for me. This person says they got the SMS script. Go to freewholesaling.com. I'll help you out. All right. So let's get it going, guys. So hold on. All right. So let's get it going. Tony says it's priceless. I appreciate it. So guys, here's the StreamYard link. Let me post it in one more time. Guys want to talk to me? Let's chop it up. Talk wholesaling, real estate, talk cold calling, and see how I can help the people out in their wholesaling real estate businesses. So let's get it going, guys. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll do that one today. Why not? Phil, what's up?
What's up, Zach?
I'm blessed, man. Every day above ground is an amazing day.
Oh, yeah. So we closed on that deal yesterday, a land deal.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
What, $3,000?
Yeah, it was, $3,000. So, I'm going to probably literally put it all into skip tracing, and I might do a little bit of direct mail. There's a company that does a little bit. So yeah, essentially, I was just kind of seeing if we want to do a role play with for the audience here, that'd be great.
Let's get it going, bro.
Cool.
Let's go, man.
Cool. All right, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, I was just looking for Zach.
This is him.
Hey, Zach. This is Phil. Are you by chance the owner of a property on 123 Main Street?
Yeah, I am.
I was just curious. I was actually reaching out to owners in the area. I happened to be driving by your house a couple months ago. I was just interested if you've thought about selling it.
Possibly. I mean, who is this? What do you want? Are you a realtor?
I am not actually. I'm just a house buyer in the area, just looking to, possibly buy some houses. Just to, just reach out to owners in the area, see if they're interested in selling.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I potentially have a house I'm looking to sell.
Awesome. Is it this particular house, the address we're talking about, or is it a different one?
No, it's a different house.
Okay.
I'm never looking to sell this property.
Totally understandable. Did you by chance, or you find disclosing the address? I can, look up a little bit of information while we're talking on the phone.
Yeah, it's 442 South Street.
Okay, cool. Just give me just a couple seconds here. Let me just type it up here and pull it up.
Yeah.
How's your day been, by the way?
It's been pretty good. Pretty good. It's been a long one, but pretty good.
I hear you. You've been holding up well during the pandemic and everything?
Yeah, doing pretty well.
Cool. Well, awesome. Well, I got your address pulled up here. It looks like you're just double check. It looks like the property you have right here is about 1,600 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Is that correct?
Yep.
Cool. And there any reason you thought about selling it, or any particular reason?
Yeah, my tenants haven't been paying lately, and I just don't want to deal with the whole eviction thing, and they're just trashing the house, and I'm kind of sick of being a landlord.
Totally understandable. My stepfather-in-law, he's a landlord. He's actually had to deal with some of that himself. So I totally understand where you're coming from. He's definitely disclosed some of his pain points to me and everything. So I definitely understand. It's tough, especially with all the all the laws and stuff like that are going on right now. It's kind of hard to get tenants out and stuff like that. Have you tried like doing cash for keys or anything like that? Or,
what's cash for keys?
Well, you can actually, it's just a little bit of advice. My stepfather's actually done this. He essentially, where he's, for instance, instead of paying eviction and stuff like that, he's actually, given the tenant a little bit of cash, about $1,000 usually, just to help them pay for moving costs and stuff like that. Sometimes the tenants will leave. It's a lot cheaper than court costs.
Okay, so I'm a little confused here. So do I give them money? Do I have to hire a lawyer for this?
It depends. I mean, if you want to go the lawyer route, I mean, it does cost a little bit of money, but you can actually, give the tenants some cash to see if just to trade off the keys and see if they're, just to help them out a little bit to move out. It's just up to you. It depends, but that's just another option out there. But just to see, reach out to them, see if they're willing to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go pay them ransom. I'm really sick of them. I really don't want to deal with them.
Totally understandable.
It really got me fuming mad.
I hear you. Well, have you, I'm just kind of curious. I mean, if you're looking to kind of, sound kind of motivated possibly to sell the property and, just kind of sounds like the tenants are getting a little bit of headache. You're, kind of looking for that. Have you done any updates to the bathroom or kitchens in the past 5 years?
None in the past 5. They've been running it for about 2 years now. I haven't been inside the property in like 2 years. So I don't know the condition of it.
Okay.
I know for a fact they were not supposed to have dogs, and they got 2 dogs in there right now, and they're like 100 pounds each. And I could see the damage. They're digging holes in the front of the yard, and I know the property needs a little more work. I know it's not good. I know they got 5 kids in there. It's kind of a mess. It's a 3-bedroom house. So,
wow.
From my experience with little kids, they're a handful. Hopefully, there's no crayons in the walls or something.
Yeah, it sounds like a tough situation. I guess the dogs, they were, you didn't have a lease. I guess you had a no pet policy on your lease.
Yeah, apparently they decided to adopt some dogs after and try to hide them from me. But you walk past the house, some of those dogs they like to bark.
Gotcha. Do you have a written lease that you filed with the attorney, or do you have a verbal lease? I was just kind of curious.
No, we just talked. We just agreed. They give me $1,500 a month. I'm not one of that fancy lawyer type people. I just I talked to someone and we agreed. They told me that they didn't want to. They're not gonna have a dog. I said that's fine. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, totally understandable. I was just curious, how long have they not been paying?
For about 3 months now.
3 months. All right. Well, it sounds like, the property needs a little bit of work. I just kind of like telling you up front, just kind of how we work. So we essentially buy properties as is with cash. So we go at, like, you don't have to do any updates or any fixes. We'll handle the tenant on our side. And we'll take over the tenant, take over the property, and we can, get this all written up with the attorney and everything like that. But just it really depends on kind of really the price point. Have you like had a price in mind that you thought about selling the property for?
I don't know. I kind of got to look at it. I mean, the Zillow thingy says about $220,000, but I know it needs a little bit of work. But that's kind of where I've found roughly what the thing might be worth. But I kind of don't know. I bought this thing for $60,000 like 15 years ago, and it's hard to calculate it.
No, totally understandable. And also, I personally like going into properties, just kind of seeing, how the condition is and stuff like that. Like you said, you haven't been there 2 years. But I'd be more than happy if you want to set up an appointment. I can meet you at the property, and we can look over it. Then I can, if you're interested in, possibly, selling the property, it sounds like, and we can walk the property, possibly a good time when the tenant's not there, or, definitely, seeing if the tenant's open to us going in the property. But I'd be, if you want to set up an appointment in the next couple of days, and then I can, we can sit down and see if we can give you a cash offer. And if that's something you're interested in doing, we can, go from there.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been by the house in like 2 years. I've driven by it. So I'll give them a call. They're avoiding my calls. It might be hard to do, but
Yeah.
we'll see what I can do. I don't know what to do if they won't answer my calls.
Okay.
But you can go there anytime and just ask to go in. I just don't know. And then you can meet me at my house or at a Starbucks or something. But it's weird. They are definitely ignoring my calls. So I'll try to call them again. But they're avoiding me like the plague over here.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure I'll know they'll, as far as I assume you're in, it looks like the property here is in North Carolina. I think the disclosure law is just to go into the property. Usually you have to give them about a 24-hour notice. So leave them a voicemail on their phone. And then, can I give you a call? Probably, let's see, today is Tuesday. Can I give you a call on Thursday around 4:30 and see if you've gotten hold of the tenants, and we can set up an appointment from there?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Awesome. Well, Zach, it was definitely good talking to you. I'll give you a call on Thursday, and we'll see how we can help out.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, Zach, you have a good one.
That's pretty good, Phil. You're definitely improving like crazy.
Cool.
It's definitely going up there. I mean, the only other thing is there are some ums in there, but like naturally there's going to be some. It's definitely like you've gone from like 40 ums to like 20. Like it's improving.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you just gotta get better. You just get better every time you do it. So you have a lot more confidence than last time. Like I remember watching the last one you did. I was like, wow, I was impressed. But like you got more confidence now, which is great. That's the one thing I can sort of tell from you that's just made you better. It's not because you're saying the questions differently or you're saying anything better. You just have more confidence. And I think it's really important for people to watch is just the more confidence you have, the better it is. And I mean, you closed a deal right now. So your confidence is definitely skyrocketing. So I love it, man. I wouldn't really change anything there, man. The more confidence you're going to have, the more better improvement you're going to have. That's the only thing I could tell you. So
thank you, Zach.
The only tip I give to you, like if you're like stuck, and I used to do this when I started out, you get stuck and you want to say like a filler word, just don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Someone asks you a tough question, like you're about to say that, I don't know about that. Before it's like, that's the only thing that I've ever learned, but I think it's good. So overall, great one, man. Your confidence is going to increase the more deals you do, and you're on the right track, man. It's just, I've dealt with so many of these like tenant situations. That's why I kind of want to throw you that one because those are really good ones. They need a lot of work. It's hard to find condition from someone, because they haven't been around the house. They don't have a lease. It makes no sense, like on paper, that someone not have a lease. But I've dealt with so many of these deals. These are spoken deals, and You find a cash buyer that can help deal with the situation, you can make a ton of money. And a lot of these landlords, it's amazing, and it's a great one.
Cool. Yeah, I run into a couple landlords here and there. There's a lead I'm kind of following up on. She owns I think she has, I want to say, she wants to sell the whole portfolio. It's like 2 duplexes. Ooh. And 2 quadplexes. So I'm trying to see. I might be partnering up with another wholesaler in the area, see if we can do a creative financing deal with her, because it'd be a really good deal if that's the case. So, yeah,
keep it up, man. I love it. Yeah.
Cool, Zach. Well, it's definitely good talking to you.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Phil. Keep it up, man.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Woo! That was a great one. Good job, Phil. That was a awesome one, guys. So that was a pretty cool one, guys. Guys, if you want to hop on, do a role play, got any questions about cold calling, let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to be answering some more questions we got here and seeing how I can help the people out when it comes to wholesaling real estate. So let's see here. So a question from Olivia here says, question by price. What do you mean? Like, where should the price be to proceed to make an appointment with the seller? And usually, do you do it on the first call, or does it take more one call to make an appointment? Usually I try to get the appointment as soon as possible. I truly think speed is super important in wholesaling real estate. So that's definitely one I'm going to definitely recommend. So yeah, I mean, speed is everything. That's the one thing I can tell you right now. So I definitely, the sooner the better. Facebook's got a UK accent. Nobody really cares. I'm just telling you right now. At the end of the day, nobody cares. I have one. This seems like it's in Portuguese. I don't think this is in Spanish. This looks like it's in Portuguese. So if you've got any people from Brazil or Portugal, let me know. Or any Portuguese colony, someone maybe from Cape Verde. Let me know what that says. I literally have no idea. So that's pretty cool. Michael says, have you ever called someone who was willing to sell their property, but have you ever called someone who was willing to sell their property, but you were unable to understand them completely due to their accent? Yeah, I have. And it really comes down to patience and really knowing how to talk to someone just with true patience. You know, you got to talk a lot slower. You got to have them repeat a bunch of times. But at the end of the day, still get deals like that. Or you have a cousin, brother, usually a wife or spouse that doesn't have an accent. So yeah, I've done deals with everyone with any type of accent. I have someone, you know, with a Chinese accent, done people with a Jamaican accent, Haitian Creole accent, French accent, you know, Australian, basically everywhere, really. Barbados, Argentina. I don't think a Spanish accent, Argentine accent, Mexican accent's any different. What is it? I've dealt with someone with a Hungarian accent. Like I've dealt with it all, you know. Some accents are better than others. Some people learn English better. Hindi accent. Guys, I've done deals and talked to sellers with every type of accent in the book. I'm in Florida. United States is a melting pot. You get deals done with anyone. There's not one excuse. I'm telling you right now. Love this community. I appreciate it, Jasmine. That's awesome. Aaron says, yo, Zach, I called my fire department and they're saying I have to pay for the info. LOL, worth it. Aaron, I would call another firehouse or the actual department, see if you can go in person and get it for free. Ask them why they want you to pay for it. Is it for the paper? Because you can go out there and write it down. Let me know. How often should you follow up with probate leads that say they've already started the process and are waiting for the court to make a move? Try to explain you get the property under contract. Depends on your state, but most states you can still get a contract or just, try to get something verbal or get a contract locked up still. Hey, let's get it humble, healthy, and wealthy, guys. True wealth is health. Health is your wealth. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Love it. Glad I caught your live. Woo! How's the St. Louis market? I'm not in St. Louis, but it's a great market. Is there a way I can get your SMS script? Freewholesaling.com's got it. How's the St. Louis market from your experience? I think the St. Louis market's actually pretty good. Missouri is actually pretty good. Some of the metros a little harder, but it's still a great one. What's your approach to you when leaving voicemails? That's a great question here. When it comes to leaving voicemails, my preference, honestly, is to go out there and when leaving a voicemail, you just say, hey, my name is Zach. Please give me a call back whenever you can. Have a great one. You want to, I'll explain this the best way. You honestly, in this type of thing, you want to leave some surprise for your sellers. You know, who's calling me? Maybe I should give them a call back and kind of see what it is. Because if it's, hey, Zach, I'm looking to buy your property cash, a lot of people might not want to deal with that. And if you leave a voicemail, you could have some success with it. So it's definitely something I would be recommending for you to do. Tony says it's priceless. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that one. I got my tropical background behind me, so we're chilling on the beach today. Woo! I think I'm like a mile from the beach, but yeah, we're still chilling. You know, we got the river right here, so pretty cool. Olivia says the water shut off list. They only give me numbers, not the actual list. Like phone numbers or numbers of houses. Let me know. Would you send out a JV contract before they have a buyer ready to go, or would you have to wait to that actual house? Would you send out JV before they have a buyer ready to go, or would you wait? I would wait until they had a buyer or someone that's willing to actually go buy the property, and do it contingent if they find the buyer. You know, but I do have most of my list from the courthouses, so that's a plus. It's awesome. Fergie, skip trace these numbers. I love it. Zach, what's up? Thank you for the info. Aaron, thank you. I appreciate your support. It means a lot to me here. Dexter, Zach, what we do with the seller asking $600,000. It's a lot of money. Okay. $600,000, 70 days to sell. House needs work, 100% equity, but seller motivated to drop price. I don't know. Dexter, here's an issue, bro. I don't know what the property's worth. I'm not getting any information, you know. I need more info for me to calculate if that's a good deal or not, you know. We got Juan over here. Juan says, would you recommend someone work under a wholesaler before getting their own contract? I'm not a big fan of this one. I truly believe if you're working for someone just to take information from them leaving, I don't like that. You know, a lot of people do that. They have success from it. Good for them, maybe. But honestly, I truly believe in my heart of hearts that, you know, if you're looking to get in this business, just do it from the beginning, from the get-go, to learn everything. And you do good. Just being an acquisitions person is great, but you want to learn the marketing and everything from it. That's probably what I would recommend for wholesaling real estate. You know, that's definitely one I would start saying. Let's see. Excellent job, Phil. You'll succeed. Good job. Guys, I love the motivation and support here. Good job, Phil. Good job. Zach, bro, Miami made it good. Don't even get me started with that, okay? Tua did great. O-line looked terrible. I'm not going to appreciate, but appreciate Florida for Kyle. Kyle Pitts. That dude's amazing. I met him a couple of times. He's a great guy. He was a freshman. I was a freshman. So I met him before he got, I don't know, good. I don't know. Cool dude though. Very nice person. Very tall. Sam says if someone said they're ready to sell, and also Felipe Franks is on. I don't think he's the backup. I think AJ McCarron's the backup, but Felipe Franks is also on the Falcons too. So put some respect on Florida. Sam says if someone said they're ready to sell and will be in town on the 15th, how often would you follow up? Probably a week, every week until they come. So if this 15th, I'll give them a call this week. Do it every week though. Still, house business, dude. Business has been amazing, man. I am blessed. It's been absolutely insane. It's been great, man. Elmer says, what if appraisal reports is a must document to submit before closing failure to comply with direct? What state are you in? I don't think you don't need appraisal reports for most of these, especially in wholesaling, but let me know. Zach, use the ROS system. ROS systems from mailingmastery.com, offer postcard. I use it for all of our mailers. Probates, we do a little differently, but yeah. Thank you, Zach. Bro, I am the name butcher. So that is something I've told everyone. Okay. I will butcher names forever. Okay. I think his name's Joseph. Honestly, I'm surprised they even said Joseph. I would probably say Joseph. I'm terrible at names. This is why I'm not a school teacher. I'm terrible. Guys, if you have ever seen the Key and Peele skit called Substitute Teacher, that is who I am, okay? I call people named Aaron Aaron. I will call people the wrong name, okay? I don't know why. That's just who I am. So I will butcher names. Okay, so Joseph says, hey, Zach, best dial in your opinion, also best CRM to get stuff organized. Freewholesaling.com kind of shares all this. Again, Podio is my favorite CRM. It's really simple. It's how I like to keep my business. Scale it up pretty well from there. Best dialer will be ZachDialer.com. That'd be my recommendation on there. That's listrei.com also is where I organize all the list polling. Also appreciate you, man. Thank you. Everyone has my whole life. Just gotta deal with it, I guess. I'm sorry. Christy says I'm digging in with more cold calls, but it's very frustrating when the people I've cold call states that they get bombarded with calls. Can that objection be overcome or just say thanks and hang up? Well, remember the people that say they're bombarded with calls are the people they don't want to sell and they're just upset people are calling them. Okay. That's the issue. Okay. So the thing is, you're probably going to get more niche lists. Trying for dollars lists is less likely someone's going to say that. Code violations, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, IRS debt lien lists. That you're going to have a lot less likely that's going to happen on those type of lists. Now, if you do types of lists, let me say, for example, let's say you go out here and try to cold call a high equity list. That's going to get destroyed in like your saturated market. Okay. So that'd be something I probably wouldn't be doing, but that's kind of what I've seen. So guys, do more niche lists. You'll have way more success. I can tell you right now. If you can't find a cash buyer in time, can you back out of the contract? Yes, it's always dependent on the type of contract you have. That is one thing I will tell you right now. So if you can't find a cash buyer in time, can you back out of the contract? Yes, you can always back out of the contract. My personal opinion, though, is you probably shouldn't. You should have the amount of cash buyers with Facebook, everything at freewholesaling.com. There really shouldn't be an issue when it comes to you shouldn't really be backing out of a contract, but you still can. If your inspection period's within it, you can easily get out of it pretty easy. So that's what I'd say. Christy P says on your approach with the seller. I agree 100%. Knowing in the Central Valley, you could hook me up with. Sorry if that's annoying. Not many people in the Central Valley I can tell you that do a lot of JVing. I know some people that do well there. It's a great market though. There's plenty of meetups, so I'd go out there and try that. Christy P says you can definitely overcome that by building a trust with the sellers and making them feel like you're different than the others. 100%. Donnie, it's a great one to do. So yeah. Thanks. I appreciate it. We have Frank's. Oh, you have Dante Fowler too? Oh, shoot. I saw him at the game. Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't at the game, but Dante Fowler is a beast. In a good way. Jerry Shields says, following up with a buyer that is ghosted or doesn't waste time on that person, close the deal with another buyer. A buyer that ghosts, you take that EMD and you just go to the next one, right? This is why you always get an earnest money deposit. I cannot stress that enough. Get an earnest money deposit with your cash buyers and you will celebrate when they ghost you because you get a $5,000 deposit, baby. Love it. It's immediate response as soon as they bring up the word address or property. That's why you got to cold call more niche lists. Everyone does. I almost doesn't. I almost don't even go by my real name. Oh my gosh. Hey, Aaron, Jaqueline. Guys, that's from the Key and Peele skit. Love it. Kyle knows what I'm talking about. B says, ask if they have any other properties or just go on and keep calling. Tell them thank you. Have a blessed day. Of course, you're going to annoy people in cold calling. You're never not going to annoy someone. I mean, you look at the population, someone's going to be annoyed for anything you do. So you either be annoyed or cold calling, whatever. Do info on hedge fund buy. I'll do some info on them. They're really ebb and flow. Right now, hedge funds are going into single family. We've never seen that before. And if a market shifts, they're not going to be the one. So there's no big point. I'll talk about it. I mean, they're not as cool and they're pretty easy to find from Facebook. But yeah, I'll bring it up. Got 1.7 to connect rate. What kind of list are you doing? Jesus. How can you call people who have a trust? You go to PropStream, aka listrei.com, and actually pull properties that are just in trusts. But if you click trust and individual on probate, leave out corporate. For listrei.com, aka PropStream, you should be able to easily find that pretty simple and easy. So pretty cool. Yes, please inform on hedge fund buyers and other big buyers. That's awesome. Where I'll start working on that. What exactly do you get a code violation list? Manuel, that's a great question. You get a code violation list specifically from the code enforcement department. Sometimes it's called like development department or like development, whatever. Overall, what I could tell you right now is how to get that. You just go to the code enforcement office and ask for the list. Pretty easy. Make sure you get tall grass, high weeds, structural issues on the property. Those are the best ones to be going after. What's the quickest you can close the deal? About 3 days. I got some pretty good title companies out there. Any advice for virtual wholesaling with only around 1,000 like JVs and such? Find the right market, number one. Number two, I would get into cold calling and start using that for list polling or, paying someone, if they're going to drive $4 for you over there and just pulling lists and cold calling them and going from there, maybe invest in a dialer if you have all that. That's it. I mean, True People Search, you can do it all for free though. So I don't think the 1,000 will serve you too well until you start getting some deals and you want to actually delegate it and scale it up from there. That's definitely one thing I can tell you right now. Humble and Wealthy, what's up? I've downloaded your contract from Free Wholesaling, so send it to a title company to avoid those. Yes, send it to the title company and see what they like. Should I send it to my lawyer? Guys, send it to your title company. They'll love it doing. Love Key and Peele. My favorite is when Ice-T is a dog. That was a great one. Key and Peele, they're not a thing anymore, but Jordan Peele's like doing scary movies and he's like amazing at it. Oh my gosh. Woo, Jordan Peele can make some good scary movies. Andreas A says, what happens in a sub 2 deal if the person wants to do it, but the term is longer and they are old and they die and they know they have no one after who do we make the payments to? Whoever the probate will go to the state or maybe possibly the mortgage will be called due. It depends. If someone's passed away, make sure they have an heir already set out and you should be fine. They also want to hire down. Remember, do they want better terms or do they want a better price at the end of the day? They can't get the best of both worlds. Glockster says, what county would you recommend in Georgia? Hold on. I would say North Georgia. So Athens, Clark County is a pretty good one. Anything north of Atlanta is pretty good, and east of Macon's decent too. What's the best way to get the seller to give you a price first? I've given them a range, then they give me theirs. That's a good one. Wu-Tang. What I definitely recommend for you is, hey, what ballpark were you looking to sell the property for? I need to get out of the house. Oh, I have no idea. Well, if you did know, what would it be? Oh, seriously, like if you knew it, what would it be? I have no idea. If you just give me a small ballpark, just so I know in a range. I mean, would you be willing to sell the property for $1? I'll buy it for $1. They're like, no, I'm not looking to sell it for $1. Okay, well, it's not $1 then. And then, it's 50,000. That's the sort of the best way I can really explain doing it. Let's see here. I've been working here in North Dakota. I'm from the Central Valley. I know you kind of already said it, but I don't think it'll be a bad idea to cold call that way. I would probably do North Dakota, honestly. If you're in a decent market, I'd be doing it. Jordan Peele is good. Do you ever skip trace from PropStream? Yeah, it's pretty good. Get one from one for my market, Houston, over 8,000 code violations. Yeah, Harris County is actually really public with that data, so it's kind of crazy. What strategies would you recommend for someone that works full time but wants to make deals? You're just gonna have to spend your free time in doing wholesaling real estate. I mean, that's it. Like you're watching Netflix, you're watching TV, you're doing leisurely stuff. Use that for cold calling. Use that for drawing for dollars. Guys, you got to use your free time. That's it. Or if you got the money from your job, use it to pay for a cold caller to cold call for you. And then on the weekends, go on appointments. There's really no excuse. Go out there and utilize it and just get in front of sellers and get deals. Are you doing cold calls? No, this was a role play today. I'll do a cold call, live cold calling next week. Do you have a ballpark price in mind that you're looking to get from your property? I just want to know if we're on the same page. It's awesome. I've heard you mention Pasco County in another video. I'm familiar with that area. Good market. Yes, amazing market for virtual. Your interaction with the audience is sick with it. I appreciate it. I love talking. I try to answer every single question I get on here. Kara says, what do you do when the cash buyer pulls out before closing, but after the, what do you do when the cash buyer pulls out before closing, but after the inspection period? I keep their deposit and I celebrate and get another cash buyer. That's why I always have deposits, so they don't do that to me. They're not walking away from $5,000, which I'll keep for myself to bring another buyer through. When do you usually go live? Monday through Friday, lives are at 5 p.m. Sometimes they're 2 hours, sometimes they're 1 hour. Really depends on how engaged the audience is for the day. And if we're getting a lot of people coming in on like the one-on-one chats or something like that. So Thursdays are usually pretty long. Tuesdays, if I do a live cold call, I'll go for 2 hours. If we do a Q&A, maybe an hour. It really depends. If everyone's 8 questions are answered and we got no more questions, then maybe I'll stop. It just kind of depends, you know. But 5 o'clock. Awesome. Thanks, brother. Of course. Aaron says, if a code violation is asking for me to send them certain case numbers for the info, what should I do with them? What info should I do then? Is asking me to send them certain case numbers. Say I just want in general all of the high grass ones. Don't ask them for certain case numbers. Say I want to know the public information for it. Should do a Freedom of Information Act. I'll know that. Boom. That's it. Let's see here. The most properties out here in the city is like 40,000. It's about to get balls cold, so I assume things are going to slow down. I mean, people in Michigan are still doing deals in the winter, so I would just kind of experiment and see if wholesaling works in the winter there in North Dakota, because I have no idea. How do you feel about the zombie list? I don't like it. I think making your own list would be better. Have you ever came into the problem where the seller is suing you to close and not run away after the DTP? Seller would never sue me because I'll just close on the property myself. And if I trying to think here. No, I've never been sued from a seller because I'll just close on the property if I got enough funds. I can do it. Yeah, unless your seller's like a lawyer or something, I think you should be fine. I also remember you saying try 2 markets. What's going on here, Zach? LO, I'm just playing. But did you say that? Yeah, you can try it. If you're in a tough market, I recommend you do 2 markets, 50% virtual, 50% physical. I think North Dakota should work for you. I think the population's decent enough where I think you should focus on your physical market. You're not living in, Southern California. You're not living in Miami. You're not living in Chicago. You're not living in Seattle. You're not living in New York City. You're not living in Alexandria, Virginia by the DMV area. You're in a pretty decent rural market. So I'd say focus on your local one. I'm not contradicting myself. If you're in a tougher market, I see a 50-50. I don't think North Dakota is a tougher market. What script to use for calling probate leads? Are you the owner? And are you interested in selling the property? Simple as it is. Aaron says, they're asking me for certain address and case numbers. I'll explain what type of code enforcement cases. Ask me if you should file a Freedom of Information Act and file a FOIA Act. Just file it yourself. You'll get it then. I comp to 310. We like the address. You're saying they're asking for 600 and you've comped it at 300. That's not a deal then, okay? You're going to have to get that thing under contract for like 250 if it needs work, okay? Yeah, 600. No, I would. Yeah, unless you're in downtown San Francisco, that's not going to work. I don't think that's going to be a good deal. Last question here. Hey Zach, just wanted to thank you for the amazing content. I just did my first 2 deals this month. Trent, thank you. One $17,000 in profit, and the other I'm keeping as a rental, but make me $30,000 if it's sold. Trent, you're the man. On that note, thank you so much, Trent. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Love hearing that. Woo! Guys, that gets me pumped up. So appreciate it, guys. Guys, go out there, start cold calling today. Give you so much success in your wholesaling real estate business, guys. That's it. Check out freewholesaling.com. It's the best content out there. It's my free wholesaling course. Everything you want to know, any questions you got, it's all answered in that. See you guys tomorrow. We're going to be talking about wholesaling real estate again. And let's get into it, guys. Guys, smash that like button and subscribe. I see you watching this right now. If you see that like button, hit that like button, okay, right now. Hit that like button right now. Okay? Hit that like button, subscribe, guys. Appreciate it. Blessings to all.